10 things you didn't know about Burger King. Before we get into the top 10, if you enjoy this video, please make sure you slap a like on it and subscribe with notifications turned on so you never miss an upload. Burger King was founded in 1953 in Jacksonville, Florida by Keith Kramer and his wife's uncle Matthew Burns. The restaurant's name? Insta Burger King, after the Insta broiler the duo created. They nearly went out of business, but Burger King was saved by a pair of franchisees, James McLemore and David Edgerton. They were so impressed by the first McDonald's store that they bought an Insta Burger King franchise in Miami. By the late 1950s, McLemore and Edgerton's operations had really taken off, but the original Kramer and Burns operation was in financial trouble. So in 1961, McLemore and Edgerton bought out the entire company, dropped the Insta name, renaming it simply Burger King. Burger King's menu has expanded from a basic offering of burgers, French fries, sodas and milkshakes to a larger and more diverse set of products. In 1957, the Whopper became the first major addition to the menu, and it has become Burger King's signature product since. Burger King has introduced many products, some of which failed to catch hold in the marketplace. Some of these failures in the United States have seen success in foreign markets, where Burger King has also tailored its menu for regional tastes. From 2002 to 2010, Burger King aggressively targeted the 18 to 34 male demographic with larger products that often carried correspondingly large amounts of unhealthy fats and trans fats. This tactic would eventually damage the company's finances and cast a negative on its earnings. Beginning in 2011, the company began to move away from its previous male-orientated menu and introduce new menu items, recipe changes, and packaging. In Australia, Burger King is called Hungry Jack's. When the company expanded to include Australia, it discovered there was already a trademark Burger King, a small takeout food shop in Adelaide. So the company allowed the Australian franchisee, Jack Cowan, to select a new name from a list of names already owned by Burger King and its then parent company, Pillsbury. The first Hungry Jack's opened in April 1971 in my hometown of Perth in Western Australia. In 1991, when the franchise agreement was renewed, Burger King put requirements on Hungry Jack's from opening a certain amount of stores in certain time frames. In 1996, Burger King was not happy with the number of new Hungry Jack's openings, so they opened up their own Burger King stores in direct competition. The takeout shop in Adelaide had gone out of business by this time, paving the way for the Burger King name to be used. Eventually, Hungry Jack's sued Burger King and won $47 million and the exclusive rights to the Australian market. So Burger King franchised to Australia only to create direct competition between their own restaurants and lost. I think I need a Big Mac and a lie down. About a dozen Hollywood celebrities have been given free, prepaid lifetime Burger King Crown Club gold cards. Say that 5 times. Which entitles them to free Burger King for the rest of their lives. A few of the lucky A-listers in possession of the coveted card are Jay Leno, Robert Downey Jr., George Lucas, Jennifer Hudson, who was a former employee, and Hugh Laurie. Free burgers from Burger King. It's the ultimate celebrity perk. And speaking of Hollywood, we're all familiar with movie product tie-ins today. It's hard to find a fast food joint that doesn't participate in some sort of cross-promotion. But Burger King was the first to team up with Hollywood. It did so in 1977 in support of a low-budget science fiction film called Star Wars. Burger King was in many ways the aggressor in the so-called Burger Wars of the 1980s, a series of escalating ad-based attacks between itself and McDonald's. Burger King also was, however, the first to offer a ceasefire of sorts. In honor of Peace Day, September 21, 2015, Burger King offered to join forces with its #1 competitor for the creation of the McWhopper, to be sold at a one-day pop-up shop in Atlanta, halfway between the rivals' headquarters. Unfortunately, the McWhopper never actually happened. What would the Burger King secret menu be if it didn't have a giant burger loaded with beef and cheese? That's where the Quad Stacker comes in. 4 beef patties, 4 slices of cheese, bacon, and a special barbecue sauce, all jammed in between 2 sesame sesame seed buns. So if you like to live dangerously, this is your chance to experience something some have only dreamed of trying. But you may want to bring a friend for backup. And if you're looking at something more of a beginner's level on the secret menu, try the Frings, a combination of fries and onion rings, and the Rodeo Burger, a modified cheeseburger without the pickle, ketchup and mustard, but has mayonnaise and onion rings, one slice of cheese and beef. In 2009, you could trade friends on Facebook for Whoppers. Sounds like a great deal. It was called the Whopper Sacrifice Promotion, and it was conducted on Facebook. If you unfriended 10 friends using the Burger King app on Facebook, you got a free Whopper. The app though notified those that were unfriended because they wanted everyone to know about the promotion. Facebook quickly shut it down because their policy is that anyone who is unfriended is not notified of the move. This keeps things hush-hush, private and drama-free. Nobody likes a drama llama. In June of 2013, in a store in New Mexico, a man complained that his onion rings were cold. This complaint turned nasty as the manager lunged at the customer with a taser in one hand and a switchblade in the other, and I thought I was being touchy about my cooking. In fairness to Burger King employees, I know many of them, and they're a great bunch of hard-working people. Just don't take the cold onion rings back though. Burger King has always seemed to find itself in the middle of some sort of controversy. That's because they aren't afraid to take risks and they're always looking for that groundbreaking event in promotions and marketing. Never before have we seen ads that show a company's retail locations on fire. And that's what Burger King did earlier this year in a pretty incredible series of print ads which show real emergency scene photos of actual Burger King restaurants fully ablaze. The point? To remind people that Burger King always grills its burgers, which usually has tasty consequences, but can sometimes have disastrous ones. The campaign was informed by a fun piece of research that since 1954, more Burger King restaurants have burned down than any other fast food chain. It took Burger King 7 years to realise people found its creepy, plastic-faced King mascot unappetizing. The royal representative has starred in the fast food company's commercials since 2004, doing things like stalking people outside their homes and scaring young women. But sluggish sales and customer aversion finally led Burger King to send him off to join McDonald's Hamburglar, Taco Bell's Chihuahua, and other long-forgotten mascots in the great Big Greasy restaurant in the sky. What fast food chain should I do top 10 on next? Let me know in the comments, and be sure to check out my other videos where I recreate your favourite fast foods to make at home.